Welcome to Talking Pop Culture and / Direct Market Variant. I got that right, did I?
Yeah.
All right. We are here, merged together as we tend to a lot these days, these two channels, and we are here for a quick half-hour sports show. And I am here with my good friends Rod and DC Drew.
How's it going?
They're two boys from Direct Market Variant. We're going to alternate between channels. So if you're watching this and Talking Pop Culture, switch over to Direct Market Variant next week, and vice versa. Every second week that we'll be on here. So, so let's talk about sports, I guess, guys. Hey,
let's do it.
All right, NFL. All right. So, what do you boys take away from? Well, I guess it's been 2 weeks now. But let's talk about this week. What are you guys taking away from this week?
Want to go, Drew? I think this will roll into what we want to talk about. So I'm going to put it up because I don't know about you. There's still no clear-cut favourites.
Yeah, agree.
I can't remember an NFL season going this deep and still having everything up in the air.
Yeah,
we'll talk about it in a second. But Rod, do you feel the same?
I do. There's no one that I'd bet my house on to go all the way. I would not feel confident. I wouldn't feel confident putting a $100 bet on any team right now that it was going to pay off.
No, correct. I'm 100% the same.
Yeah. My most confident at the moment, I can only just say by a slim advantage, would just be Green Bay. They're hitting their straps. Yeah. That's about it. But as you said, I'm not putting any money on it.
No, I'll put some money on being. I think you're pretty safe if you say it's a Chiefs-Packers Super Bowl. I can't really see anyone else knocking them up. You've got the Bucks. I don't know. I just thought when they brought everyone back from last year, I just thought maybe they were too old. But Brady's probably going to be MVP because there's another. Yeah. Just like there's no clear-cut favorite for the title, there's no clear-cut favorite for an MVP. Everyone's fallen over.
Yeah.
You got Jonathan Taylor, but look what Henry did last year. I think Henry had over 2,000 yards, still couldn't win the MVP. So that's not going to happen. And Rodgers has been out. Mahomes isn't playing great. Wilson obviously his team's way too bad. And I said it a couple of weeks ago that he might talk about getting traded. I guarantee you he won't be there next year.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's gone. No doubt about
it.
He was also unhappy last year. They were 12-4, and they're 3-8 now. He's not staying.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I think they move on from him. They should. Yeah, and also to go on with the Bucks, I mean, like they only just scraped over with the Colts, which are looking better lately. Yeah, but they had 4 TDs from Fournette. Gronk turned back the clock, 125 yards and a couple of TDs. Are they going to get that every week? I don't think so. Not playoff time.
Probably not. But I always underestimate the Colts. Maybe they're just better than everyone thinks.
I think they're okay.
Yeah, and they got the teams that have fallen over a little bit, like the Bills. But I think that's due to injury. I still won't be surprised if Bills win it. That's how confident I am in them. Rod, your Cowboys 1-3 since that came back.
I probably should save it for when we get onto Cowboy talk, but I mean, a little bit of mitigating circumstances with COVID protocols, and it's run right through the team. I'll get into that later, but they've been disappointing. Any way you cut it, even as a biased Cowboys fan, they've been very disappointing. Hurts me to say it.
I get it. So I think. Yeah, there's like the banner says, there's contenders and there's pretenders, and there's no. You wouldn't want to bet on it. That's all I'd say.
Yeah,
you wouldn't want to bet
absolutely.
On it. How's your Bengals going, Mark?
Yeah, good. Am I cutting out a bit, or is it all right?
No, you're all right.
All right. So the Bengals, we've won 2 in a row now. So we beat the Steelers, mate. Anytime we beat the Steelers, I'm very happy. Probably my most hated sports team in all of sports, to be honest. So if we win against the Steelers, I'm very happy. I'll also mention Mixon, 165 yards in really good form. Like we're going back to simple football. We're running the rock. We're pushing guys over, playing a real physical game, and relying on a bit of defense as well. So it's the type of football I like to watch. If a team just flings it around in the air, it makes me a little bit nervous.
Yep.
With interceptions and stuff like that, because Burrow's not 100% making the right decisions. He's doing good. I mean, he's only 18 games into his career. The scary part too with Mixon is that he's only 25.
Wow.
Like he is 1 year older than Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
It's pretty scary. So, and he's hitting his straps now. And, also mention out to TJ Watt, who dirtily decked Joe Burrow after his interception, ran up to him and wrestled him, pretended he was blocking him, wrestled to him ground, and Burrow didn't want any of it. And, good work, TJ. That made me really angry. I mean, like, he couldn't touch anybody that day. He was just frustrated, and he took it out on the smallest guy. How about you wrestle around offensive linemen? He certainly couldn't that day. I mean, hey,
I love it.
So yeah, and also too, straight after that incident happened, because Burrow did the pick in the end zone too. Am I cutting you out a bit? Or?
A little bit. We can hear you.
Yeah, and then straight after that pick, obviously Ben Roethlisberger did like a quick out route. Got a lot of pressure. What's that? Sorry.
We can hear you. Your vision's not great, but we can hear you.
Yeah, but we can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. So Hilton a pick 6, which was awesome. I'll also mention Hendrickson, who we got in free agency from the Saints, 10.5 sacks. He's on a 7-game sack streak. Been a real handy pickup for us. I was a bit skeptical when we first got him, but it's been amazing, to be honest, and exactly what we needed. And he showed up every game so far this year. And so, yeah, good week.
Good week. Sounds like it. All right, Come on. Hit us with it.
Oh, mate. Disappointing is not the word. At times, disgusted is the word. They look flat. Even the guys that don't have COVID look like they've got COVID. Dak is just, like, seriously, they should put beepers on him because he's going so far backwards that he should beep when he plays. It's irritating me to watch them because I know they're better than this and they can play better than this. Yeah. And you don't look. I don't mean to sound like I'm jumping ship on the boys because I'm not. But I just want them to play and look half interested. I want them to play like they want to win. Parsons is the only one who looks like he cares at the moment.
Yeah. Well, and he's might be defensive player of the year. Just quiet.
Yeah. He's stopping us from looking worse because without him, I shudder to think, they'd be coming for us in a lot of ways. But we've given the rest of the division a look now.
That's right.
We've stumbled. Washington have got their I don't know if we're swearing on the channel, their stuff together. And I watched them, pull one out of the fire the other day, and I thought they're coming for us. And I don't think they're that good a team. They're playing good football at the moment, but they look a million times better than us right now. And COVID is an issue. It's gone through, I think, 8 players, 5 coaches or something like that. Forgive me if those numbers aren't right, but I'm sure it's affecting things, absolutely. But you've got to be deeper than that. You've got to, if you want to consider yourself a contender, you've got to be able to cover that. I mean, COVID's been around for 2 years now, and teams copped it all last year in all American sports, in all sports around the world, really. And you've got to be able to cover. And if you can't, then you're not good enough. You're not up to scratch. So we need to prove
it's that next man up mentality.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I was going to ask you if you were a little bit worried about the Redskins coming because they just seem to be getting it done.
We still have to play them twice, so we've still got to meet them twice this year. So those could be the 2 games that decide whether or not we win the division or whether or not we're worrying about a wild card, which I never thought I'd be saying 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, so we've got to get it together and quick.
Yeah.
Well, since we started this show, you've gone down and we've gone up.
Yeah,
we're on a 4-game win streak here. Just out of spite to Philly, who own our draft pick. They must hate us at the moment. But I can't complain. But this should have been how we were going at the start of the year.
Yeah,
you needed to back in Tua, which I think they're finally doing. He protects the ball. He doesn't have massive numbers, but he protects the ball and he's really accurate. I think he was like 27 or 30 or something on the weekend, but not huge numbers. But he finds his check down. And Waddle, our rookie receiver, oh man, he's catching. I think Chase will take out Rookie of the Year. but he's catching him. He's very, very good.
He's had a few quiet weeks, Chase, because teams have figured him out. So I think he's definitely he's right up his tail.
Yeah, but already as soon as Waddle gets the ball, something happens, and we're already at the point where just give it to him, because I don't know how we keep winning. We've got the 0 run game, no one run game whatsoever. There's not one of the running backs on there who are dangerous.
Yep.
So it's a reason why I think Tua is so good, because there is no run game. Everyone knows he's going to throw it. He throws it short a lot of the times. Yeah, he's a rookie. But I think we keep him now. I think Watson, you just don't know what is going to happen with Watson. He could be out for another 12 months. And he's young, I get that. But I don't want to go through this again for another year. We've been rebuilding for 25 years. And I'm tired. So back it in. Yeah, we don't have our first draft pick, but we do have picks coming up. We've got a pretty good defense, and it's pretty young too. We need a running back really desperately. So we'll see what happens. But I'm pretty happy.
Pick one of them up in the second round. I also noticed too that you were telling me on the weekend, your safety, 3rd round pick, got the pick 6, did he?
Holland?
Yeah,
mate. Yeah, he's really good, which is good because we had Minka Fitzpatrick and we traded him to the Steelers, and then the year we traded him, he was all pro. And everyone knew he was going to be a great player. So, but obviously they knew some things. Yeah, they didn't know they were going to get Holland, but it was just a great pickup. So, and it's great because that's my favorite position. I love watching the safeties.
Yeah.
Let's jump into the NBA, eh?
Yeah.
I haven't watched much this week, so you guys are going to have to fill me in here. Do you want to just jump? I know, Mark, you wanted to talk about the Bucks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was going to mention Timberwolves are on fire at the moment.
Yep.
7 out of the last 8 games, they're killing it. So
there's something that probably will never get repeated on this channel.
That Edwards, he's a good player.
Oh yeah,
he's going to be special.
How about his windmill? I saw his windmill on the weekend. It was nice.
The one that got taken away?
No, on the break. There was one on the break.
Oh, okay. Yep. Yeah, and like with Karl Anthony Towns and Russell's playing all right, but all right, on to the Bucks. So I guess can they do it again? Are they looking likely? I don't know. It just does. I mean, they've only just got Middleton back, so I kind of like Bobby Portis at that 5 position now instead of Brook Lopez. I think Lopez slowed him down a little bit. And then I think Bobby Portis gives him a bit more energy and a bit more floor spacing. I know Brook Lopez is pretty good at it, the floor spacing, but Bobby just brings that bit of extra. And it kind of seems open at the East, but when come playoffs time, Giannis is going to be ready. Middleton will probably hit his straps. Yeah, Holiday's a great defender and player, so I think they'll be right up there.
I think you're right. I fully expect them to. They looked poor early. They seem to have gotten it together now, and they found a system that's working for them. I think you're right. What they gain in Portis in terms of speed, they kind of give up a little bit of height, but it seems to be working for them. And I think you're absolutely right. I think come the end of the year they'll be there or thereabouts.
Yeah.
And look, Curry will be MVP. I think you can already put that in the bag. You can cash that check.
Yeah.
But Giannis might be the best player in the league.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not someone who, if his game's on, I want to watch. He's not that kind of player for me. But he just gets shit done. And the best thing is he cares. And he wants to improve. And he's not afraid. He knows he's not a good 3-point shooter or a good free throw shooter. Yeah. But it doesn't matter. He still plays his game and he's unstoppable. Yeah. So it's going to come down to what the Nets do with Kyrie, how that plays out for the rest of the year, I think, because the Nets, I think, they've got the talent to win it. And as much as Giannis is the best player in the league, probably, Durant might be the most unstoppable.
Yeah. Yeah, when he's firing, him and Curry, when they're peaking, you just can't you can't stop either one of them. No, Curry though today, the game against the Suns got a really solid win against the Warriors today. Curry was poor. He struggled.
I saw that.
Yeah, he really struggled, but it was a blip in a sublime season. So
of course,
you give him that one. Yeah,
he's going to have that, but then the next game he'll shoot 9 of 10 from 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think we've talked about the Suns before.
Yep.
17-game win streak now. I mentioned it last time that they're a team that there's always a team.
8 after today.
Pardon?
It's 8 after today. So
no, I think I just checked it. They're got the win today. They're on 17.
Oh, 17, yeah.
17, yeah. There's always a team from last year that goes really well, and you're like, oh, that's nice, but, move on. We've got the big boys coming up. The Suns are the big boys now. I think you said it today, Rod, to us in the chat. I think, and I agree with you, because I don't think the Lakers make the Western Conference Finals at all.
Yep.
I think it's the Suns Warriors Western Conference Final. I know it's real early. It's real early. Yeah. But that's what it seems like.
It's hard to go past.
Yeah.
And what a juicy matchup. What a great matchup that'll be.
Yeah, fun.
And that's a team that's just been built perfectly. They've got everything they need. And I don't love CP's not my favorite player. He's one of my least favorite players, to be honest.
Yeah.
But he complements that team perfectly.
Yeah. Also, on Rod's point, as you were saying before, Steph Curry, he shot 19% today. And I think it was 1 from 7, which is un-Curry-like. But Mikal Bridges manned him all game. And apparently, I think 4 blocks, 5 steals, just wore him like a blanket. He's got those long arms. Apparently, just an outstanding defensive job. And it's good to have a guy like that. And I think he only scored 4 points, Mikal Bridges. But what I heard on podcasts and stuff like that, he was the best player on the court because of the job he did on Curry. Just shut him down. I mean, they still almost won, Warriors. But, yeah. And also Booker, too, did his hamstring. Could be out 2 weeks.
Yeah. Which that'll hurt, but they're going pretty well.
But Cat Johnson stepped up and he got 20-odd points, so
yeah. It's a good team.
Spurs, I see Spurs down there. We got to win. You
don't want any wins, do you?
Yeah, true. I mean, I think I'll take a couple. I just don't want the NBA equivalent of the wooden spoon. Not that they really care, but. With the lottery being what it is, you can still finish, third last, fourth last, and still. I mean, the Tim Duncan year, we had no right drawing ball number 1 that year, and we did. So,
right.
Boston.
That's because you put Robinson on ice.
Yes, we did. Boston still haven't gotten over that. They thought they had pick 1 that year.
For sure, 100%.
But no, it was good to get a win, and it was a solid win. Murray continues to just excel. In the win, I think he had 2 assists shy of another triple-double. He's moved into something like 3rd all-time already on Spurs triple-doubles, which is insane to me. But, he's so impressive. Derek White was fantastic. Just role players. They're not guys that are going to make the All-Star game or you're going to see in the top 10 plays of the week. But they're guys that I don't want to say they're triers because they're better than that. But they're guys that will show up to play every night. Win or lose, they'll show up to play. And that is exactly what Coach Pop wants. They're the sort of players he's built his career on. He's built teams around. He's just got to find a guy that can go to that Duncan, Robinson, and then a couple that will get to the Manu and Tony Parker level. And we'll be okay. But all the signs are good. Just pushing on. Keep learning. Keep growing. Yeah.
Pop's got his workman. He's got his workman. He loves his workman.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's fun when you got young kids that make you want to watch the team when they're not good. But
I'm enjoying it. Yeah,
I guess you've gone from Robinson into Duncan, so I don't think it's going to happen a 3rd time. But
no, we've been spoiled. Absolutely. LaMarcus Aldridge wasn't the answer.
No. As a Pistons mark,
not great at the moment, but
as fighting Pistons. Yeah.
It took me a good week to get over that, to be honest. Cursing LeBron James for a good little bit.
I've been doing it for a good 15 years.
Absolutely.
I was watching that footage live, mate, and I was actually cheering, going, "Get him, beef stew."
Yeah, I almost bought his
I was going, "Get out of his way! Get out of his way!" Look, at the moment, going through a bit of a dry patch. We had a bit better of a game today, even though we lost by a fair bit, with the Blazers not having Lillard. So I guess you can't really call that good. But again, just shooting, poor shooting. For some reason, Saddiq Bey, who set a rookie record for 3-pointers last year, I think he's shooting like 18 to 20%. He's been real bad at shooting. And I think it's a matter of, because it's his second year, and we know he's a good three-point shooter and pretty good defender. We're going to find out he's either a Jay Crowler, who's inconsistent 3-and-D guy, or we're going to try something else. So we're putting him up for those mid-range. We're putting him in the post, see if he can do this, see what we have out of him, and then label him as that 3-and-D. So if the fans are a bit frustrated with him because he's not getting the points, but we're trying to see if he has other things that he can score other ways. It's not working at the moment, and he's doubting himself at the three-point line because he's not getting as many looks. Cade Cunningham had a really good day today, but he's been very poor shooting-wise, but can get to the bucket, great defender. Look, he has everything else. He gets his he's probably our best rebounder at the moment, and we are the worst rebounding team in the NBA. So we are struggling there, and I reckon Cade's almost averaging more rebounds than Isaiah Stewart at the moment, and that's a worry because second chance points are really rebound is the most underrated skill that you could have in the NBA. I mean, like Dennis Rodman made a living of it, as we all know, and stuff like that. So it's frustrating to get them second chance points, and we've got to secure those rebounds and get second chance points ourselves. But also too, I've noticed because a few guys doing kinks with their shooting style. Like at the moment, when Cade Cunningham first started, his release was right in front of his face. It's not high enough. So I think they've been trying to work that on him, and it's sort of confused him a little bit. So it's going to be bad before it gets better. And I noticed Sadiq Bey, his shot has changed a little bit too. Like he did a straight arm flick with the butt sticked out. It looked weird, but it worked last year. But this year it's a little bit different. He's kicking that leg out. It's a little less flat. I think that's affecting their shots. So anyway, that's what I think. And otherwise, I'm still enjoying it. These kids are having a go. It's going to be real bad before it gets better. But I'm not going to stop watching.
You can. I don't know if you've heard about this guy at Duke, Banchero.
Yeah,
He's going to be the next good player coming out of Duke for sure.
Well, we're definitely going to get a lottery pick. So
you guys might be battling it out.
Yeah. we might.
Should we talk some cricket a little bit?
Yeah.
When's that start? Does that start next weekend?
Yeah, it must be.
Next week? Yeah.
Creeps up, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
So I think we were talking in a chat about what keepers we want. Obviously with Payne gone, which happened last week. We won't get into that. But I think we were talking about Wade. We all sort of thought Wade was going to get the nod just because that's what Australia do.
Yeah, I really did.
But it sounds like Carey's in. It's not confirmed yet, though, is it?
It's not, but I believe reports say that he's been told. So it seems a done deal. I heard Green today say in the news that he was happy about it, and he was kind of confirming the decision. He said something really funny though. He said, "It's hard to argue with Carey's white ball form with the bat," and then he said he's been really good in state cricket. Oh, and he loves playing at the Wacker, and he's really punished us at WA. He's just made a ton of runs against WA. He loves playing us, and I thought, but we're not playing WA. Like, how does that help? It was a weird thing to say. I know he's trying to pump his tyres up, but it caught me off guard, and I thought, well, that'd be good if he's playing WA, but he's not. He's playing the English national team. Well, I'm okay with it. I think he's a good player. He's a good leader. He was, as you guys would know, he was the first captain of the Giants. Yeah, right.
But I think he's a solid citizen. I think they'll probably say in the media, which we probably need a bit more of those, to be honest. And I think out of all of them, he's probably the superior keeper, which I think is probably the most important thing.
That's fair.
Yeah. And like I said to you, I just didn't want to hear Wade's voice all summer, so I'm glad.
100%. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Carey. I like him. I think it's time to give him a go. His batting might not be up to scratch, but we haven't really had an consistent batter at keeper since Gilchrist, have we really?
Yes. Correct.
I mean, as long as they can do that keeping job and we rely on that top six, we should be okay. Look, I was fine with any choice that they had. This Ingles, actually, more I read about him, sounds okay. It sounds like that. So I heard a sneaky too that the name's been thrown around Renshaw at the moment too. That might get a late inclusion.
Well, he also has come up with a century. He's also come up with a century as well.
Yeah, so I always wondered what's that?
Yeah,
he's just so slow, and I just don't know if that's suited to the Australian decks. It's all right in England when he can bat time. I just don't know if you want to bat time on the Australian pitches.
Yeah, agree. He sort of just fell off the planet, didn't he? Like, he got one shot, and then he stopped performing. But he did have a good big bash last year, didn't he? So he's getting a bit more aggressive. But,
true. Yeah, and maybe that translates to the test team. But I'm okay if he goes in. I'm not. His name's just gone blank on me. Who's the opener going to play with Warner?
Marcus Harris. Yep.
Harris,
I mean, he's played 15 tests or so. He hasn't got a century yet.
Yeah.
He fails every time we need him.
Yeah.
He
doesn't look likely,
man. Ashes too, just quietly, and I thought he should have caught it last Ashes.
I don't mind Joe Burns. I'd be happy to see him come back.
Oh, he's done now. I think he's.
You think? Yeah.
I think the only other thing they would do is maybe putting Kawaja to open. I think he could do that, but I think they want the stability in the middle order because we will collapse. Our batting's been collapsing for.
We will. I mean, Kawaja opening might mean at least he gets to avoid the spin for a little bit longer.
That's true.
Yeah. No, they'll probably open with spinners if he opened.
Yeah, they probably will.
There's something the Ponds do, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's true. Mark, you said to us backstage you've got some AFL questions for us.
Right. I thought I'd do this every week because I like to hear other people's opinions about their team. So this is going to be about your own teams.
Sure.
And just a quick little view on. So I'm going to start with you, Drew.
Yep.
So I am going to go with Will Day. And I'm going to ask, what do you expect his role to be this year? What improvement do you think you will see? And what would you like to see from him in the future, Will Day?
I think Will Day will be a captain one day.
Yep.
I think you'll find him a lot more on the wing this year, possibly. We sort of need a bit more run. And I think looking at who we drafted, I think we're going to be a running team. I think that's what Mitchell's going to want. And he can use the ball when he's in full flight. I think our back six is pretty settled, to be honest with you. He'll slot in there at the start. But with his Granger Barras, hopefully he stays healthy. We've got Impey on one half flank with Scrimshaw on the other. So I think he might become a midfielder, to be honest, which I'm happy with because he's lanky, he's tall, he's stronger than you think he is, and he's got great skills. So I think you'll see him come up a bit more up the field this year, I think.
That's another one too. Impey, very underrated player.
He is. Yeah, he was a great pickup from Port.
Yeah. All right, Rod.
Yes.
Where do we start with Carlton?
Yeah, where do we start?
No, only
there's a lot to dissect.
I'm going to start with one that actually interests me because you can see he's got a bit of X factor to him. He's got a bit of spark to him. So I'm wondering what you think. Zach Fisher, what do you think his role's going to be? What improvement would you like to see? And what do you think in the future holds for him? He's 23 years old. It's a big year for him, I reckon.
Jeez, I applaud. Zach Fisher's a great question. That is a great question, mate. He is such a head scratcher because there's times when I think this kid's a jet. He could be anything. And then there's times when I think, he's gone. He'll go missing for 3 quarters.
Yeah.
And
I noticed that.
And it seems like he can't seem to get his body any bigger than what it is. I'm sure he's tried. I'm sure the weight staff and the training staff have tried. He just can't seem to do it. But yeah, he's quick. I think he's too small for the wing. Yeah. But I think he's wasted in a forward pocket. So I don't know if you push him up and try and play him as a high half forward, kind of like that Jack Silvani role. I don't know if you try that. The problem is that he's not a contested mark. He's a crummer. So does he have the tank to go in the midfield? Maybe. He hasn't spent extended periods of time in the midfield. I don't know if Teague or some of the assistant coaches decided he didn't have the tank for it. But I wouldn't mind seeing him rotated through that midfield and maybe just from centre forward, let him play midfield and see what happens. Let him contest at the stoppages and see if he can if he can work off Cripps, if he can work off those sort of guys. Just a third option after Walsh, and maybe that works for him. But you're right. At the moment, he's in he's in danger of being one of those, pub questions. Like whatever happened to Zach Fisher, or why didn't something come at him? He's in serious danger of that. He is. And I think he's better than that. I do think he's a real talent. It's just it hasn't all clicked for him yet. He's shown flashes, and there's times when I think this kid could be a star, and there's times when I think, put him in the resis for 5 weeks and just sort him out.
Yeah.
So it's a great question, mate. And I think my answer would be try him in the midfield, even just in the preseason. Try him in the midfield. Just let him play a game in the midfield. See if he's got the tank for it. And see how that goes, because I think the more it goes on, the older Cripps gets, the more time he has to spend forward, because his body, he's been a bull for so long now. He's still young, but for so long he's just been the man and the one guy that just takes the 3 tackles at a time and gets hit off the ball, and that's what happens to the elite midfielders. I get it, but his body needs a rest now, and whilst Fisher doesn't have the same build by any stretch of the imagination, just rotating him in and Cripps out might be the go.
He's got that quick first 2 or 3 steps as well, so maybe Cripps can get it to him early enough, and he has that gap explode. He could have every backman on their back heel.
He doesn't finish enough either. He's got a long penetrating left foot, but he just doesn't finish enough. It's frustrating.
I think it maybe too. I mean, I like the midfield idea for him, but I noticed it started to work a little bit for other teams, but maybe that back flank, like a Callum Daniel, ones that don't have to sort of we're doing that with Johnny Noble, Collingwood at the moment too. They're smaller guys, but as long as you sort of find a matchup where they can sort of slingshot themselves.
I wonder if he's got the right headset to be accountable.
I
don't think he does. I think he likes to get free. He likes to get forward of his man, forward of the ball, and I recken
he's a tackler, isn't he?
I mean, Liam Jones not being here this year is a huge loss for us. I know 6 years ago he was the laughing stock of the AFL, but he just, in the last 3 years, he's been unbelievable. Yes, I mean, he got to the point where he started to be talked about as part of the 40-man All-Australian squad. I mean, that's how far he came. Yeah. And not having him in that back line and Wiedering having to take even more responsibility, if we threw Fisher back there, it might really open us up. I don't know.
100%,
yeah.
When I look at Fisher, I don't look at him as a goal scorer or goal sneak. I don't see that. I think you're right. Put him center forward. He's a pretty good kick. Have him be the quarterback. Have him be Caleb Daniel, but forward of center.
Yeah. That's a good comp. Yeah.
You guys don't follow Formula 1, do you?
Yeah, iffy. Yeah.
Not this year. I haven't, but I may have most years. So
I won't stay up, but I'll check the results.
I'm the bandwagon jumper on. Watch the Netflix series. Loved it. Used to watch it as a kid, but not heaps. I'm fully invested. I've been watching it this is my 3rd year now. Every single race, the European ones, I'll stay up and watch because they start at like 11 p.m. Watch. There's 2 races to go. Hamilton, who's won I think 7 in a row, he's actually second at the moment to Verstappen, who's the up and comer. There's 2 races to go, and they've been neck and neck all year. They're the only 2 who are even in a sniff of winning it. And usually Hamilton's got it wrapped up by now. So anything, they've had crashes. They've had a crash where they've landed on top of each other. They don't like each other. I don't think. Verstappen is he's got white line fever for sure. But yeah, anyone who's watching the Formula 1, 2 races to go. They're early starts, so I'll generally do it like what I do with the NFL. I'll wait all day, go home and watch it. But it's been really exciting. So I just wanted to touch on that a little bit.
Awesome. Sounds like a movie. That sounds like the bones of a movie.
It's been terrific. And just quickly, my pet peeve, the numbers game. Anyone who wears 00, you're a loser. It's the worst number you could ever choose. It looks horrible. Yep. Why would you do it?
The Chief, Robert Parrish.
No, it's disgusting.
Do you like just 10 like Gilbert Arenas? Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Ooh. I do too.
I do. That looks trash.
Yeah.
You're like, that's the number you get when you pick last in the schoolyard.
Yeah. Just like that. I know it's good in the NFL, but 88 annoys me too.
Oh, really?
I know
that's the wide receiver's number.
Michael Irvin.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I know it's Irving, but I usually don't like to see 88.
Take us home, Mark.
All right. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. Be sure to just subscribe to Talking Pop Culture and to subscribe to Direct Market Variant and follow us. Give us a like for this video. Yep. And thanks for joining. Make sure you tune in next week and we will have some new topics to talk about. Pretty much. Cool. But yeah, thanks, Rod, and thanks, DC, for joining us.
Mate, thank you,
boys.
Yeah, we look forward to next week.
Good chat.
See you next week.